guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello. So more than enough credit goes to my mum for helping me with this Pope headwear, which is what we're making first, because as it turns out, it's not took the longest. So now and again we are just cutting down the shape, making sure it still fits my head, basically all the sizing and resizing. And yes, I had to use my phone for my camera because my battery was charging, hence the still new quality. Anyway, so now and again just put it into my head, adjusting it where it needs to be, and then when it's nice and secure, it won't like it's gonna fall off the moment I blink. So mum is just stapling it down. No, she never stapled my hair to it, which is good. So stapling away, and then now and again she will start to use the hot glue gun. But prior to using the hot glue gun, we thought at this point we had to close this part off because of a few front shots that we had. But as it turns out, there's actually quite a gap. It's almost like a mouth part. So she ends up digging this, I don't say digging her sword, that's what she's doing right here, I think. Yeah, what she's doing right here is she'll just reopen it with her scissors. I was literally about to call it a sword. So now she's just hot glue gunning, I meant, just to make sure that the base of it is nice and secure. And then I'm going over with this material piece. It's like a curtain, as what she was putting it. So the material that we end up using overall for the cover of it wouldn't sit so transparent. So we both agreed to put this typical boring face mask on. I already cut off the strings. So we just decided to add this to my face whilst I was wearing the head part, just so that we could see how far up the mask needed to sit and if it was secure or not. Yeah, that material is obviously a lot heavier than it looks. So as you can see, my mum is stapling it down to the mask so it follows around the exact shape. And of course cutting away some of the excess, and then as she goes along she will start to, once she has cut off a decent amount, she'll start to pin the material to the sides and up at the top as well, between stapling and hot glue gunning. As you can see, I am now excess material weightless, so she just continued to staple. At this point now, I am working on my face piece. My mum was just talking to my sister's best friend's mum, so I was taking some initiative and trying to make the masks part myself, but mum came back in time, so just continuing up any finishing touches and what's come loose, and also certainly adding a little bit more material at the back so everything remains relatively consistent. So like I said, more hot glue gunning. Yes, I trust my mother. So this material I got, well actually my mum got from Spotlight. No, we both got it. But as to the cardboard piece, I said that she probably may have gone into a post office and gotten some cardboard pieces, or even from a stationery store. So now I'm working on my face piece properly this time. So cutting away the excess once I have a good enough amount measured out to fit my face. And then I'm cutting up a triangle piece so that it ends up being a gap for the nose. If you're wondering why my voice sounds a little bit strained now and again, it's because in between edits of me cutting out the blank or the awkward sounds of voiceover, it's because I keep hiccuping. So as you can see, I'm just cutting away more excess. Then I'm cutting away that fold so that I can shorten it up. So now I have a decent sized piece. I'm just stapling these two parts together. Kind of like putting together two Christmas stockings, which I did once try to make myself. It did not work out well. But this time it worked out, minus the stocking part. So clearly I am just now super gluing the mask piece onto the Pope's head part, pretty much around the point of where the plastic mask is. So as you can see, I'm running it on my head now and again just to make sure it is a good fit, and now I'm folding in the sides. I already folded in the other side, but I didn't realise I didn't hit record. So now I'm just gluing these two pieces together, the actual cheek parts, I guess you could call it. So now it's on my face, I'm just trying to trim away a little bit more excess. Always go back and forth on your work. Never ever feel like you're being a nuisance to yourself. These scissors were absolutely shit. About the 5th or 7th cut motion in, you finally get to cut the material. So basically I'm just sculpting these pieces. So once I was down to a satisfying shape, cleaning out and cutting these little string pieces and super gluing the ends of it while dunking it onto a little tiny bead, which is the same bead I will be using later for the cross. Yes, I was using my face paint as a mechanism. So at this point I was just following along the reference of how her cross looked on her hope head. So as for the little string things, I did attach a bead to it, so one of these. I actually pointed to my screen right now. This is a voiceover channel where we can actually see what you're doing. So I did attach a little bead at the end of the string and then attach that to one of the cheek parts. Now I am super gluing down the center, slowly but surely sticking the beads down, about 5 for each, the diagonal one and the vertical one, obviously to form a cross. Now Maria actually did have that's what I meant by the bead and the string trick. So I was adding 2 more on either side, so 4 altogether. I think Maria had at least 3, but I only managed enough for 4. And Maria did have like a jewel in the middle of her cross, but I didn't have anything that would suffice, so I just sucked it up with what I had. But I was still very proud. Like, kudos to my mother for having such a talent with creating costumes, etc. She's not a costume designer, but holy hell, if Reiki and karate don't work out, she should definitely get into costume designing. She is amazing with it. I'm not just saying that because she's my mother, but she really is superb when it comes to costume designing. She's got such a wild imagination when it comes to it. So as you can clearly see here, I am gluing the other string down. So this officially makes 4 on either side, and I have also finished the cross, but it is jewelless because I didn't have one that would suffice. So at last, I'm finally working on the second headpiece. So I'm destroying this green garden looking one with my sister's permission. She didn't have a problem with me destroying it. I was essentially getting rid of the previous material and fake flowers. Then I was spraying down the actual headband with a gold spray. Now I am using some skewers and cutting off this sharp tip. And then, as you can see, I've already done a full head of medium length ones. And then I'm adding at least 4 of the longer ones because I've got 2 different sizes. But obviously the more you cut them down, the more different sizes you'll get. So now I'm spraying all over, obviously, front and back. And then just using a blower dryer just to speed up the process because I wanted to get this shit done tonight. I don't know why I bothered putting on my hair. I was only going to end up wearing a hoodie. So as you can clearly see, it's all done now, as for the headwears. So now I'm working on my first costume. I'm just slipping down the chest part because Maria's dress had a very low V-cut. So clearly I'm working on my foundation and my base, which is foundation. Then going on my brows, a little bit more arch than usual. So then I'm taking some of Black Rainbow from Jeffree Star's Beauty Killer palettes. And clearly not being too shy with it, I am using my ABH brush. I don't know which palette it's from. So going all over my eyelid and basically making myself look like a raccoon or panda. Then taking some of the black from the ABH Pro palette and then fixing my eyeliner. Then contouring some cheeks, jawline, nose and temples. So that is it for the first look. I don't know why I sound a cross between New Zealand and Kiwi. So second look is underway. The black hoodie, which is just a Halloween cape, and then of course I got the headpiece on. As for this crescent moon, upside down moon shape with like a cross hanging from it, I have no idea what it symbolizes, to be absolutely honest with you. If it is something somewhat of offensive, I am sorry, but Maria was wearing it on her forehead and she got 0 backlash as far as I know. So anyway, blushing it up using Bessie from BH Cosmetics because Maria's not shy with blush. And then for the the second look, this is still the second-ish look. I'm clearly going in with body paint on my face. And then same with her fighter look and my remake of the music video / makeup. Red lipstick, Mary Jo K, and then drawing it down the lip and onto the chin. That is the second-ish third look. Last look, I'm now putting the Pope head headwear on my head, obviously. And it fits like a glove, obviously. My mum helped structure it. So that's it. That's all 3-4-ish looks. The one with just a glam at the first crown looking one is just the other advertisement for the latest album. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I had too much fun with this. It took me quite a while to get through each thing, as in, you know, the details. But thank you all so much for watching. I shall see you all for my future videos. Ciao!